Barış Artakes warning to his girlfriend Elçin, "I don't want a public spectacle." Welcome to Turkish series stars. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and show your support, friends. Today we're unpacking one of the hottest topics in the gossip world, the latest whispers surrounding the relationship between Barış Artak and his partner, the dazzling actress and social media favorite, Elçin. You know how it goes? Barış is always under the magnifying glass, both for his performances and his private life. But it's the couple's recent hush on social media that has stirred an ocean of curiosity among followers and gossip pages alike. Fans noticed something different. Elçin, who usually let slip little heartwarming glimpses of their everyday moments, has stopped sharing those subtle clues that once fueled endless fan theories. And since New Year's, not a single joint appearance, not a red carpet shadow, not even a coffee run captured by a quick phone camera. The absence is loud. So what is behind Barış's silence and his measured reaction to the online frenzy? What does it mean when a couple as beloved as these two step away from the spotlight and close the curtains on their love story, at least for the public stage? Tonight we're taking you behind that curtain. We're talking about the tension that sparked after certain social posts by Elçin and how the couple embraced a deliberate calm after the new year. We'll sift through the tidbits that bubbled up from gossip columns and DMs, and we'll face head-on the comments and speculation racing through social media. Ready? Let's slip into the quiet corridors of Barış and Elçin's private romance and see what's echoing there. Barış Artak and Elçin's social media pause, the backstage of a guarded love. In recent weeks, these two have dominated the conversation without saying a word. From the very start, their dynamic captured hearts, chemistry on screen, warmth off it. But lately, the attention has zeroed in on something entirely different, the contrast between what Elçin once shared and what she suddenly chose to hold back, and how Barış's stance has become the beating heart of the chatter. After the new year, insiders say a clear line was drawn. Those close to Barış whisper that he's grown uneasy with the intimate details that sometimes spill onto social platforms, even in subtle ways. To people in his circle, the actor is said to have voiced it plainly, "I don't want to live my love in the public eye." He doesn't want their home to become a stage, their dinner table a headline, their quiet car rides a trending soundbite. The message was not cold or controlling, it was protective, a plea for a sanctuary. This is where the tension meets reality. Yes, Elçin is an actress first, but she's also a social media favorite with a devoted following that clings to every photo, every caption, every wink of a story that might hint at a deeper narrative. For her, sharing a filtered corner of a sunset or a little laugh in a dressing room never felt like oversharing. It was a way to connect. Yet after the New Year's hush, it became unmistakable, something shifted. The couple wasn't making the rounds, and the digital trail cooled. The fact they weren't spotted together anywhere, even casually, raised eyebrows. In previous years, the rare but memorable pictures of the two, soft smiles, easy gestures, were enough to keep fans floating. This time, the silence held. Gossip accounts took note. Threads erupted. Where are they? Why no joint photo? Is something wrong or is this a pact? Comment sections swelled. Some rallied behind Barış, applauding his choice to shield their bond from constant scrutiny. Others directed sharpened criticism at Elçin, accusing her of baiting attention or abandoning a rapport she'd built with fans. Younger followers, in particular, seemed stunned. They had grown used to reading into every angle of every frame, decoding captions like clues in a mystery. When those hints vanished, so did the daily ritual of speculation. The vacuum became its own story, and with that story came new theories, wild, wishful, worried. Is this how strong couples actually last? Some asked. Or is the quiet a sign things are cooling? The conversation widened, louder than ever, with less to hold on to than before. Word from people in the know suggests that Barış's sensitivity to publicity is no passing mood. It's a boundary. His craft is for the public, his love is not. He respects the camera when it's part of the work. He resists it when it's knocking on the door of his living room. Meanwhile, Elçin's rising wave of engagement, the booming comment counts, and the feverish reposts have pushed their relationship into a spotlight neither can completely dim. Between the pull of private peace and the gravity of public curiosity, the balance has grown delicate. Another whisper making rounds: since New Year's, the two have skipped events and private gatherings they might once have attended together. Not out of bitterness, but as a mutual choice to recalibrate. The result? A joint invisibility that speaks louder than any caption. And people noticed. In comments sections and late-night forums, the questions piled up. Has the Queen of Soft Reveals retired? Did Barış lay down a line? Is this a reset or a retreat? The tone swung between admiration and worry, hope and suspicion, as if the audience couldn't decide whether to clap for restraint or beg for one more photo. What emerges from all this is a portrait of intention. Barış's position underscores how fiercely he guards the rooms where the public is not invited. His wish is simple: let the relationship breathe where the world is quiet. And Elçin, loved not just as an actress but as an accessible presence, appears to have taken that to heart. She hasn't vanished, she's curated. What once felt spontaneous now feels carefully chosen, a measured gesture instead of a stream. For those who remember past chapters of Barış's life, this will not shock you. His boundary with publicity is not a new fence he erected overnight. It's been there, sometimes reshaped, sometimes fortified, always understood by those who've listened closely. But now, in his connection with Elçin, that boundary is being tested in new ways. Their private love has become raw material for public speculation. The same silence that some call strength is, to others, an unsettling absence. And in the collision of those perceptions, the couple's resilience is being quietly measured. Trusted voices suggest that a conversation was had, a gentle but firm exchange. Our relationship should be ours, Barış is said to have told her, kept between us, not dissolved into timelines and trends. Social media shouldn't rewrite what we write together. In response, it's claimed, Elçin chose a thoughtful path. To share carefully, to keep her followers close without leaving the door ajar for the world to step inside. In other words, to speak without surrendering their sanctuary. If it feels familiar, that's because this is the modern celebrity struggle, distilled. The platforms that build you up can bruise you with the same touch. Fans crave closeness, the heart craves shelter. This friction, between presence and privacy, has always been there, but rarely has it felt so fragile and so visible. Their pause has become a case study. It's a reminder that love under a spotlight must learn to see in the dark. For now, eyes are fixed on their next move. Will a joint appearance break the quiet? Will a candid moment slip out, not staged but caught, resetting the rhythm? Or will they hold the line and let the calm deepen, trusting that those who truly root for them will understand? Whether it's a quick wave at a premiere or a soft laugh heard in the background of a friend's story, any trace could feed the hungry scroll. And yet the choice to refrain is just as powerful. Their determination is clear, to live a love both seen and unseen, revealed enough to be believed but guarded enough to be protected. The reaction across social media proves how invested people are. The fever of theories has only amplified the respect for their restraint among some, and the frustration among others who feel deprived of a connection. But even that tension highlights the couple's resolve to be public figures without letting the public own the narrative of their intimacy. We've laid out the latest contours of this social media standoff, the hidden edges of their private affection. The silence, the shift, the careful edits in what gets posted and what stays in the vault. It all signals how much weight they place on the sanctity of their life together. While Barış has voiced, in no uncertain terms, that he does not want to parade his heart for clicks, Elçin is walking that narrow bridge between giving and guarding, mindful of those who found comfort in her openness while still honoring the boundary that keeps love gentle. So, what do you think? Will this private romance, shadowed from the neon of constant exposure, grow deeper roots and outlast the noise? Or will the pressure of 1,000 eyes push it into a new shape? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video, because here at Turkish Series Stars, we bring you what others only hint at. This is just the beginning. In the days ahead, we'll be watching closely whether they step out together, whether their posts find a fresh rhythm, and whether quiet sources in the columns whisper new clues. Stay close. The story isn't over. It's simply gone quiet enough to hear the truth.